What's up, guys?
How y'all doing?
What up?
Excuse me. Welcome to the Lauren Out Podcast with your girl Lauren Dan and co-host B Bad and your girl Jazz.
Hi.
So guys, what's up?
Chilling. Still waiting for my internship to be extended. Finished my report. Got that going. And class starts next week. On the 23rd. Or 22nd for me.
22nd. That's when my next class started too. Okay. Look at us. That's those fall classes. Ooh, Lord, let me tell you. I got 4 classes and I'm trying to figure out how my brain is gonna hold this in and retain it. Because you know the older you get, the slippery your mind get. See? I'm telling you, the older I get, it's gone.
Forgot how to spell certain words like the.
I forgot how to spell the yesterday. I was like, how the hell you spell the? And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, wait, EOH? No, that's not right. That's not right. 304? Hold on. Wait, that can't be it. Oh my God. Yes. Guys, let me tell you. I be telling people, I be getting so excited when Tuesdays come around because I can't wait to get on here and see you guys' faces. So there has been so much going on. We're gonna get into Freestyle Tuesday in a minute. We're gonna let B-Vaz go first and talk about what he want to talk about. But I got some stuff that I want to talk to you guys about first.
What up? What is the news? What's
did you guys watch the video of I forget her name, the young lady who stabbed her boyfriend? What's her name? Something Clenny. We covered her last week.
Yeah, I don't remember the lady's name. Yeah.
No, I ain't watched that.
The OnlyFans.
OnlyFans model.
Yeah.
OnlyFans model.
Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So they released the video on TMZ the day after we covered the story. And girlfriend was in the elevator kicking his behind.
Yeah.
And the whole time.
Wait, she killed him in the elevator?
No. This was months.
This was months before. She was actually pulling his hair. Okay. She was kicking him. She was punching his face. And he's trying to get away. But they're inside the elevator at that point.
I would have did her like Solange did Jay-Z in the elevator.
Yeah. It was like 3 months before they actually had the altercation.
It was a month. I think it was a month.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
A month? Oh, okay.
It was a month.
I thought it said months before. So I thought I read months.
It now.
Not 1
month. More to make her look like a monster.
Right. But question, guys. You think that Miami PD was sitting on this the whole time and decided not to arrest her?
I don't think so. I think after it came out with the murder, they went back and looked through like where she was living at, and they were like, "Hey, we need to look at certain areas. What's coming up that sounds suspicious? Like, let's see what happens." So I think they took the footage, and then they saw that, because unless the dude reported it, which it looked like he didn't report her the domestic violence dispute, then they probably saw it after.
We'll probably use that as circumstantial because that was enough to say she established a pattern.
Has a pattern.
Yep, and then went.
Or unless, like after the fact, after they charged her, then they went and like subpoenaed,
Wow. Can y'all hear me? Oh, I thought you were talking. It just went mute.
Oh no, she was saying
I did
about the about the circumstantial stuff.
Okay, so I got some breaking news too. Kim Zolciak All you guys remember Kim Zolciak from
Don't Be Tardy for the Party.
Wig. Okay, Wig.
Don't Be Tardy for the Party, that girl.
Yes.
Hey, girl.
Hey, it's a Hard Knock Life podcast. Hey, Andy, how you doing? Okay, so Kim's daughter was arrested for DUI over the weekend, and it looks like it's not Brianna. What's her name? Bree? What's her name? What is her name? Oh my goodness. Brienne or Bree, whatever. Her oldest daughter, not the younger one. The one that she got matching faces with. Remember they went to the surgeon and got matching faces?
Okay.
Brienne. I think her name was Brienne. But
Brianna, Bree something.
Brianna, Bree. That's what she called her, Bree. Yeah. That's what she called her, Bree. We're gonna call her Bree. But anyway, she was arrested on the DUI. She hit someone's Ford Focus with her G-Wagon, and man.
Don't they live here?
Huh? This happened in.
Don't they live here?
Yes, this happened in Georgia.
Hell, like over the weekend, and
Forest
Hetch.
County?
And Hetch
died. County?
Forest County? FORSYTH.
Oh, that's Forsyth County. That's like
really.
Yeah, I think that. Well, I think that's north. I think I've never been there because I hear it's like really racist, so I don't even have a
the lady that was married to Ellen.
Wait a minute. It was not Bree. It was Ariana, not the oldest. She looks. Whoa, she had work done too. She looked. Wow.
You can never trust these people.
Wow. Annie said
Thank you, Annie.
Wow.
I knew.
Your camera all like high. Let me put mine up so our heads match.
Who, mine?
High?
No, mine. Our heads, you're sitting above me.
I had to put my chair down some. So.
I look taller than you?
Yeah.
I look crazy.
We can't have that, no. But Ann Hetch, you remember?
You know you're taller than me. You're
yes, of course. I got a good foot. But Ann Hetch, you know Ann Hetches, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, isn't Hetch? It's Hech, right?
Yes.
Right?
And Hetch.
Yeah, Hetch. So she passed away from injuries sustained from that car crash she had. And they released some video of her coming out of the body bag, but it wasn't a body bag. It was just one of those blankets for the shield for your skin.
Yeah.
Wild. She had no clothes on. Looked like her clothes were completely burnt off. And
they said she was seriously burnt.
We was just talking about
she had alcohol in her body, like real heavy duty. Like that was a DUI.
Yeah, I think it was what they're saying. It was a suicide attempt, and this would be like the second attempt by car that California has had. What is going on in California? I know what's going on.
It's some prices. Everything is high as fuck, and everybody crazy.
Right, and you know what? For her, she's an elite. She's an A-lister. She's done movies with Harrison Ford. She's
married to Ellen. I mean, that was a big deal. She was the first openly gay actress that was. Her and Ellen were together for years.
That was before Portia.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Ellen was with Portia when she first came. Oh, Lord. Oh my God. Poor Ellen. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Let me tell you. After we covered the story last week of the woman in the Mercedes and her killing that pregnant woman and her family, and then Anne Heche come out, her accident happens like days after this, and it's just like the suicide rate is really going up.
Wild, man.
And it was another woman who tried to kill herself via car, and I'm just like, yo, we need to address this mental health crisis the U.S. is in.
Yeah, and it's just gonna keep growing. There are awarenesses, we have a whole month dedicated to it. I think it's October, but it's, it's one of those things that gets stigmatized, and, me suffering from mine. I got bipolar disorder and all that, but I didn't know I had it. It took about good 10 years after my suicide attempt before I went through, and I got all this therapy. I got like 10 plus years of therapy, and then probably 8 different medications.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I've suffered from bipolar disorder too. And I would have to say when COVID hit, that's when it was elevated. I felt at my worst. There was times where I actually felt like, and I haven't really shared this with a lot of people because a part of me is ashamed. But then again, we can't be ashamed if we're going through a mental health crisis.
Right.
I thought about killing myself. You know, I really did it. Once COVID hit and I went through some things I've never been through. Mm-hmm. And I found myself questioning myself. Like I was, you know how we are when you have bipolar. If we're particular about the way we do things, if we do something and it's not perfect or the order is changed or what we're used to, it messes with us a lot and it has you doubt yourself. And I was at that point where I was doubting myself and I was like, girl, you could do so much better. You could do 10 times better. And then there were some mornings I got up, I felt good. I had a lot of energy. And then by the time 5 o'clock came, I was kicking myself. I was sad. I was down, like crashing badly. Like you should just off yourself. And then I had to pray myself through it. And then it came to a point where it got so bad, I had to ask for help. Like I had to ask for help because I do so well at hiding things that my family didn't know I was in crisis. And they probably wouldn't have known that I was in crisis because I know how to still run a household, work, and do what I got to do and put that smile on my face. Like most of America, most women, I'm going to say it because it seems like numbers increasing in women. And it's not even a particular group, as you can see. That one lady, she was Caucasian and Haitian. I mean, the one lady with the Mercedes, she was Black. Anne Hayes, Caucasian. Another woman, she was Latin. So it's just affecting all of us. And we need to pull together and figure out how to get mental health for everyone who's been affected by COVID and just not even just COVID, just everyday duty.
It's mostly awareness, spreading it, making sure people understand that, it's okay to say you need assistance when you can't do it yourself. You shouldn't always have to do it yourself. It's one of the things that I know Black culture, like you said something really, really particular that I noticed that's where the stigmatism comes in. You said, I prayed it away. Well, that's not usually what you do. What you do is you go and seek a professional who understands what you're going through. You can tell them your symptoms and then they can tell you steps to try and either help lower that or probably give you a medication, because a lot of people kind of like don't like the medication factor.
Yeah.
Understandable. People don't like to use the chemicals, but there are things natural you could do as well. But you got to understand like how your body chemistry is. You have to understand that sometimes we have misfires in our head and it's only because of how we live. Right. We're not used to being indoors all the time, but we were forced indoors through the COVID.
Yes. And having imagine being in the house with 6 kids. I have 7, but 6 were in the house. That was a lot.
Yeah. The natural sun itself, its light gives you these properties inside. Vitamin D can help release some serotonin. It can help put your mind at ease. But not always the case. A lot of people don't have a schedule that lets them go outside.
Like that, yeah. And let me say something that you said, Brendan. For you guys who are joining on TikTok, welcome to the Lauren Hour podcast with your girl Laura D. So podcast, Cass, say hi to TikTok.
What up, TikTok? Stop raising my kids.
So, but something that you had said was about, the Black community, we go to church and we pray away. And that is important to mention too. I do have faith, but in that moment, my spirit was speaking to me also. My spirit said, you need help. And for people who are raised in the church and y'all are very religious, do not think that just because you pray, that it's not okay to go get medicine too. It is okay to pray and go get professional help too, because God blessed us with medication. He blessed us with doctors. He gave us knowledge onto how to help cure things and to handle things. So take both of them. You can take your spiritual medicine and your physical medicine, and let me tell you, it both works. And if you have anyone discouraging you and trying to down you or call you crazy because you have bipolar disorder, and the thing that gets me upset about having bipolar disorder is people who call me crazy. Not only does it upset me, but it hurts me. And it makes it hard for me to speak about my truth and the things that I'm going through and the feelings that I'm having. Often I feel like I have to close down because someone thinks I'm crazy because I'm not in a good mood today, or I'm experiencing euphoria, because we experience that sometimes. And then the next thing you know, people, oh, you're crazy, you're this and this and that. Like, it's a chemical imbalance in our brains that we cannot control. We were born this way. We cannot help that. Medication does help it a little bit, but medication could only do so much. It was created by men. Men are not God. You know what I'm saying?
Not men.
Men.
No, by man.
Man. Thank
by
you.
Mankind.
Man, humankind. Mankind.
Now let me mansplain
mankind. Mankind.
So
that dude.
man is what we use as a term to explain the act of create. Can you not? You're preventing my mansplaining. You're hindering my manhood.
Wait a minute. You corrected me. Vanessa correct you too, bro. Go both ways.
No. So you say men, created by men, but you're saying men did this, but then it's like women create too. They create medicine. So you got to understand, man is like a whole mankind.
I'm not talking about. People know what I'm talking about.
No. People don't know. We're literal here.
Men, not just men, but the human species. Okay, let me be very particular.
Man,
be very particular because we're going to be all inclusive now, because that's the type of universe and type of time we live in. We live in an inclusive time.
Yeah, and they, them too. You got to include those.
They, them, her, she, whatever.
You got to include
it.
You got to include the it's.
But anyways, the message I was trying to get across is, if you guys are in crisis, if you're in mental health crisis, or you're feeling depressed, or you're feeling sad and you feel like there is no hope, please do not be afraid to reach out to someone. And I know there's often judgment. You feel like there's going to be judgment, because I'm not even going to lie. When I was going through my situation and I literally have the scars and I don't know if you guys can see, I was going to take my life. I literally ended up having to reach out to a cousin, and I thought I was going to get judgment, but I got understanding.
So 988 is the new designated 3-digit dialing code that you can use for your cell phone. National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-TALK. If you guys need that, all right? Just make sure that you keep that in mind.
Yes. So B,
you
have something you want to say about the FBI? Let's get into it. The FBI.
Hope people have been watching the news, but
your ex-president.
My ex. Well, look, there's some things been going on. If you haven't been watching the news, you need to watch the news and follow this very closely, because this sets a precedent that's going to be a problem, not just for, if it happens at that very top level, imagine what happens to us nobodies, right? There is a situation happening with the former president where his home was raided. It wasn't just searched. No, it was literally raided. Police come in middle of the night and they run in there and just completely take everything that he's had. Now, mind you, this comes right at the end of this 90-day pause, right before an election. You're not allowed to have any type of political discourse or anything like that, because a law that was signed by Trump to stop that kind of policies where you can't do something right before an election to try to discourage or disqualify a politician.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a discriminative thing. But
so people don't want to use it to play dirty. As a tool to play dirty.
As like a tool to use against a person, a private citizen. So this was done right at the eve of the 90-day pause. The guy signed the order on that like months ago. It was like in June it was signed, and they had till August 19th. They waited and waited, and then they got the order signed or the order enforced. They enforced it after Congress leaves the White House, or they're not the White House. They leave over there in the House's chambers and all that. Once they all go and recess from their session, so they take like a 90-day grace. They don't come back till like November or something. They're going back to their constituents. So this happens after all that. FBI is now targeting Trump's stuff, and they took a whole bunch of boxes. They broke a lock that they actually had told Trump to put up. They said, "Oh, you have this locked, but we need to add additional locks to it." They break all those locks. They just take all these boxes. They take like 11 boxes, and those boxes that they took had privileged information for attorney-client privilege, executive privilege, his passports. They just rummaged through all this stuff, including Melania Trump's stuff too. They just rummaged through all her stuff. Mm-hmm. But they went in there looking for specific stuff, and it's related to what people are reporting is January 6th. They're trying to find something on him to disqualify him from the election. Mm-hmm. This is now the FBI, the Department of Justice, is now being weaponized to target Trump. This is where it becomes a problem, because this is something that's never happened before. A warrant has never been issued on a former president before and executed in this way. And also another thing is we're showing that we have a bias now in the highest levels of the Department of Justice. And the DOJ doesn't want to release the warrant with the affidavit as to a probable cause to why they went there in the first place, because they said if they release that information, it's going to make the investigation tarnished. But what it really is it's showing that the FBI had no reason to do what they did. And it's going to show that the Department of Justice and the FBI are in cahoots with the Biden administration to attack politicians that are opponents.
So, B, let me play devil's advocate. Yep. So, I agree with you on some things. I do feel like there are some dirty tactics being used against Trump. I am not a Trump supporter at all, but I do believe in fairness of the government. Mm-hmm. I truly believe in that. But at the same time, too, I truly believe that he has committed some crimes. And you're saying that he signed in that law that politicians can't, when they're running for office, they can't use the government
during election year. No, during election years, there's a pause on any type of thing that can have any type.
That's like when he was in office, he couldn't be prosecuted.
He signed it. Yeah. Well, no, not even in office. It's just if they had something on them, what it means is that order is like, okay, well, we're just going to hold off because we don't want to sway voters one way or the other. Mm-hmm. We want just the facts. We don't want any type of. Right.
And I totally agree with that. That is definitely how it should be ran. But I think the problem was that Donald Trump wrote that into law. Well, he wrote it, and then they voted it into law.
That's not a problem. It looks bad because then it's like it's being used against him.
It does look bad, and then he pardoned. This is how they're looking at it. He pardoned all his friends who were supposed to get arrested for some dirty stuff. They were supposed to, do some time, some real time, not no 2 years. I mean, real time. And so I believe that the FBI is looking at it like from this standpoint is we can no longer trust anything that he's written into law or keep anything that he petition, whatever it is, because I'm not.
Oh no, political. That's not what the warrant was. It was
no, I know, but
national records.
Oh. Yeah, I'm giving my opinion real quick. I'm sorry, but I think that there's so many things that have been broken, trust in our government, and I think the chain of command has been broken so many times that there's no longer real chain of command, or there's no longer organization. There's chaos now because of some of the things that he's done. So they have to skip over. Maybe they got to break some rules. There's probably a DA out there who's saying, you know what? I don't care how you guys get it. He can fight us on it. But once we get some of this stuff out to the American people, we're going to let them decide, and it's dirty because what they're doing is undermining our whole government. And now no one's going to actually believe that these officials are biased. No one's Switzerland anymore,
Well, what you just said, there's a DA out there doing this, but let's just say this. Merrick Garland, the district attorney of the United States, the USDA, right? He personally signed off on this. This is where it becomes a problem. Because what gave him the probable cause to say go for it? So what did he know? And if that's the case, then did Biden find out about this? And there's a good chance he knows about this. And he probably said, go ahead and do it, which makes it look like a weaponization of the DOJ and FBI. I'm telling you right now, I understand fairness and all that. I'm all about equal application of the law. But why is not Hunter Biden in jail? Why isn't Hillary Clinton in jail? No one raided Hunter Biden's home.
I agree with you on this.
Hold up.
I agree with you.
No one went in Hunter Biden's home and raided it and took all his stuff. No one went into Clinton's home and raided it and took all her stuff. But
neither one of them were the president of the United States of America.
Doesn't matter. We just talked about equal application
because
of
they
the
need
law.
to know. They need to know that he wasn't just really selling out
fairness.
Listen, I know, but listen. There got to be a point where there's some stuff that's going on. He was in office. He was playing kissy face with Putin.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
He wasn't, because here's what it was about. President Trump is a businessman. How, if you're in business, take your example, for example, right? Mm-hmm. You're in business right now for the podcast. Mm-hmm. How do we make ourselves known across our platforms, right? Mm-hmm. Well, we talk to people behind the scenes. We try to get them to come on our shows and whatnot, right? And try to get them to promote themselves and us by being on our podcast, right? And we do the same for them.
Right.
Think of it in the presidential sense. Mm-hmm. We have oligarchs and we have these politicians and from other world leaders. Mm-hmm. We need to meet with them behind closed doors, and we talk to them and we tell them, hey, if you were to play nice, I'll be a little nice to you as well. I won't be as harsh when it comes to my sanctions towards you. I won't be this, but here's the catch. Putin knew not to mess with Trump because he was sanctioning them and putting tariffs on all their goods. That will cripple their government. So to get a little minimal amount of just those sanctions, he just stayed within those lines of just barely crossing them, but just crossing them a little bit to where.
This is the thing. This is the thing. I was with Trump with a few things, but what I disagree with is when Trump found out that they were meddling in our election, he did not really condemn them. He didn't. He said, no. That's just my opponents. It took a minute for him to condemn them.
No.
Yes, it did, Brandon. Yes, it did.
No.
He said there was no meddling.
Yes, he did. No. When they came out with it, he signed off on the indictments. He was the one that said, go and do it.
After all of us kept saying, this don't look right. This don't look right. It took a minute.
But he didn't have all the facts. Neither did they. That was until they got the proof.
Listen, we were hit. Like during the election, they knew that they were hacking us and meddling and all that stuff.
Nobody knew about that. Not until months later. They don't. You see, here's the thing. You don't understand cybersecurity. Let me tell you about cybersecurity. When these things happen, you don't know in real time where they're coming from. It takes months of investigation before we find out what's really going to happen.
He had it, and he didn't listen. He didn't listen to his IT guys who were telling him, "Listen, this was a threat. This is who did this." He kept saying, "No, I don't believe them. They're all incompetent." Like, sir, listen, you might know how to run a business, but when it comes to IT and cybersecurity, I believe these guys because these guys know what they're doing. These are the best of the best that are employed by our government, the best of the best. So for me, him just keep on kind of blowing off what they were saying. It's like, why are you playing with our IT department? Why are you playing with them like that? Sir,
again,
what you got to hide?
There was no hiding because guess what? 6 years later, there's still nothing. They have nothing on them. So if that's the case, they would have found something out 6 years ago. It would have been so obvious, right? The guy's not that good at covering his tracks. Trust me.
Oh, so no, he had his little senator friends who used to come to Mar-a-Lago and do all their little dirt allegedly. They were doing those little parties. Listen, the Republican Party do not want to be associated with Trump. They have no choice but to. They have no choice but to because Trump has a Trump card on all of them. Trust it. He has. That man is not stupid. And that man does not go. That man, come on, look at that boy. He's a playboy. We know Trump's kind. We know it. We can read a man like that about way. He likes little girls. You can tell he likes little girls. He likes them young. I ain't gonna say little like kids, but he likes them young. Definitely look at his wife. He likes them young. Yeah. So he's definitely at parties like Hugh Hefner, who should have been indicted too, and the rest that I ain't gonna go there. But anyways,
he reminds me of somebody else from Youngstown that like young girls, but I ain't going.
Hey Jazz, like I got Laura's input, but let's get yours.
Yeah, go ahead.
Given all the stuff that I was saying, taking into account her side too, but overall, what do you think over that? Yeah, taking into account. I mean, I'm not hating. It's just that you gotta see like the fairness ain't applied. It's one-sided justice.
It's not one-sided. It's not. Oh, it is. No, listen. Let me say this real quick. Some of the things that Trump is doing, I agree with. Some of the things I don't agree with. That's just how it is. I don't even freak with Biden like that.
Yeah. Basically the same thing that she said. I'm not really a politics person. I really don't keep up with it. I honestly could give two fucks less about it. So
it's not about the politics side. It's like, it is. It's the politicization of the FBI, which is something that should be unbiased. And it's like this is the worst. This is worse than the Watergate situation. This is worse because it looks really bad on the FBI. I'm telling you, reputation wise,
that was Reagan.
FBI is done. Was that Reagan? No, that was under Nixon. So the Watergate situation is Nixon was recording world leaders and recording his opponents and had recordings on them when they didn't know about it, and he kept them. But then they were like, the DOJ and the FBI went and said, no, we're going to go ahead and seize all this information. This is not yours. And then they said, well, if you don't resign, we're going to impeach you all for this. That's why Nixon left office, because he was forced out. So there was no impeachment on him. He was going to be. They had enough evidence to put him in jail too. So he decided to just walk away. But this is worse than that because, again, it shows the FBI is literally targeting a political opponent. And this was done by a Biden administration.
That should be investigated and Biden should be held accountable. If that is the case,
it's not happening though.
if that is the case, let me say something though. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't. That's why I'm not saying that it is unconstitutional. I'm not.
It is very unconstitutional.
But at the same time, man, Trump's family, they've been in some mess too. And his son-in-law, which is Gary Kushner or whatever his name is, Jared Kushner or whatever. Yo, he got some explaining to do.
Yeah, I watched a documentary about that with this rental business that was about on Netflix. That was pretty cool. It's Dirty Money. If you guys want to check it out, it's about rental properties that they had. Really good. But regardless of their business practices, they didn't do anything illegal. So if there was the case, you got to understand they would have found out and been held accountable. They have not done anything illegal. They haven't done anything illegal because we would know about it. Like, you got to understand, you watch somebody for 6 years, their every move, and
they're good at covering their tracks.
You just
are good at covering their tracks. Trump has so many cases where these girls have come out against him. The prostitute, they paid her off. Let's not say there's not a pattern here. That man has money. It is easy to make things go away when you got money, just like Joe Biden make all the stuff with his son Hunter go away. We know this stuff is going on. We know Hunter was somewhere allegedly in a room.
Why isn't he being rated?
Because he was not Hunter Biden was not the president of the United States.
He was vice president when he had his son.
He wasn't.
Hunter Biden. That's why.
Trump brought his whole family in. There were certain things that they weren't privy to. It was classified information that they weren't privy to, but yet they had access to it. And it was just like, it was a mockery over in the White House when you're just breaking protocol. And then you got all these leaks coming out the White House, which means like, wait, this president, if leaks were coming out from his administration, what else got leaked to our enemies? That's what I'm wondering. What else got leaked to our enemies?
So I'm going to make a prediction.
Biden needs to be indicted too.
So the election, right?
Yeah, and some stuff.
We're 3 months away, less than 3 months away from the election. Election, I think, is November 8th.
For new president?
No, 2022. The election of 2022 is for new House of Representatives and Congressmen.
They want to do another.
I'm going to make a prediction right here, y'all.
I think until 2024.
There's gonna be a big old shift. You're gonna see 30 plus seats of the House of Representatives change over. I think we're gonna see probably 35 to 40 seats to the Republican side. Additional.
I mean,
that means they're gonna have a majority. Hold on. Then hang on. Then the Senate also is going to get an increase because right now it's a 50-50. There's going to be a 15 seat increase. Means we're going to have 65 to probably 70 Republicans added to Congress. So that means we're going to have a 70 supermajority, meaning they can overrule the veto powers. We're going to see something so like fundamentally changing that the next 2 years after that, you're going to see Biden have his hands tied in ways that they were never tied before. There are going to be investigations that are going to be launched that are going to make Biden look like complete crap to where he's going to have to step down. This is going to be a situation where we're going to see some stuff and you're going to be like,
I believe he's going to have to step down because of incompetency.
And because the Republicans are going to hold him accountable for all the BS he did, meaning the crap that he did with the recession stuff, the crap that he did with Afghanistan.
Let's be clear. Neither one of those presidents did a good job. Neither one of them. Trump could have did better. I'm going to say what Trump did, he got money to the people. He did. But he was buying the people.
Yeah. Well, I'm
just going to say that.
Thank you again for giving me the time to talk about this. But, we'll see what happens. I just know that.
I can see that happening, though. I can see that happening, too, because the Democratic Party has become a joke. They fight amongst each other.
And it looks really bad.
It looks so bad. It looks so tacky. And it's just like, who are you for? Because at this point, you're not for the people. And if they don't tighten up, if the Democratic Party does not tighten up and actually start doing something for the people and putting something in play, I do see the Republicans taking over the Senate and stuff. Like,
I see. Signed a bill today. The Inflation Reduction Act. You guys are all going to pay more now on everything. It's not even going to do what it says. It's going to be bad all around. Just terrible.
You say you guys as if you are not a part of you guys.
Oh, I'm not a part of that. No, I'm not a part of the Democratic Party at all. I do not.
I'm not either.
Not associated with any of that.
I am not.
Anyone who supports anyone other than Trump is considered Republican. I mean, Democrat.
That's not true. You have independents, Brandon. Don't do that.
Yeah. Independents who still side with Democrats. It's still bad.
It's a lesser. See that way. It's a lesser evil. It's a lesser evil.
Hey, I'm cool with lesser evils.
Let me tell you something. What I would like is a shakeup because I am tired of the people that they keep putting forth for us to vote for president. Like, give us some people that we can really stand behind and who can really help sway this country to some change and give us some real hope. Because let me tell you, I'm sick and tired of these old men who are about to croak, getting in here like they too old to be in here fighting over this and worry about money and this and this and that. Stop being like, listen, take self out of this. Take self out of this. Because with Trump, it was self. With Biden, it is self. Hillary, it is self. Take self out of there and think about the people that you're supposed to be serving. This government was formed for the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about the people anymore. It's about a bunch of rich pumpers behind people and Sally's and Susie's and Nancy's and Karen's and Becky's. And we even got some Keisha's and Nikki's and some Brenda's and LaRonda's up in there too. We got a few of them in there.
Speaking of Karen's,
we got a few of them in there because some of the black people who sit on that Senate and some of the black people who are in the office, they don't care about us. They don't care about Let's remove those people.
So, not a good segue, but let's see what Jazz got in her trending corners.
What Jazz, you got over there? Girl.
Yes, I sent it to you. I can't.
Did you send it to me?
Yeah, I sent it to the group.
Okay. Oh, so. Okay. So, Miss Jazz, I'm gonna let you explain this because I'm gonna try to pull it up.
So I always be on Facebook scrolling and shit, and I come across this video. It was like a real video where it was like, post a picture of you right now, what you look like, no makeup, blah blah, whatever. And this Karen, I can't even say the lady's a Karen because it wasn't the lady.
Yeah, she wasn't a Karen.
It wasn't her, so I ain't even mad at her. But the lady posted a picture of herself and everything, and then somebody commented and said that she was probably 30. Now, I don't really think it was mean, but everybody just started coming at her and all this other stuff. And she said that the girl aged in dog years. And of course, I laughed about it because this shit was funny as hell. Because, I mean, it was funny. I mean,
she aged like milk?
Basically. So, I mean, it's a free country. You know, I can laugh at whatever the hell I choose.
It's a free country. That's true.
Some lady named, hold on, let me pull the screenshot up so I can say her name correctly.
I'm trying to add it to the stream now.
Dejana.
Oh, Dawid Zix.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
No, it's Dawid Zix.
Yeah, that
which is looks very Polish.
She does look Polish. She looks Polish.
I mean, she definitely looked. Yeah, like I was thinking Polish, Russian, something of that nature. Somebody that ages like milk, obviously. So, should I read it, or am I gonna wait for you to put it on the stream? I'd rather wait.
I'm gonna put it on stream right now. Let me see.
I want everybody to see it. So
okay.
But I got a good giggle out of it. But then it made me mad at the same time because I say I kill flowers and I go to Facebook jail for 30 days. But Miss Dejana says the N-word. And
okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove us from the string. I think we should. Let me see, because I can't figure out how to do it. I should have added it to.
Prior. I can read it though.
Yeah, go ahead and read it, girlfriend.
Miss Dejana says, "You niggas should put you all on a ship and take you to Africa." First off, when she said that, it's like, ma'am, I was born in Warren, Ohio, in Trumbull County.
Yeah,
so,
I hate to say
that. But whatever. She said, right where you belong with monkeys in the trees. I can't even climb a tree, so.
I fell out of a tree. Yeah.
I've never climbed a tree in my life, and I don't plan on it. So, anyway. And then she says, you envy the whites of everything.
Wow.
That's what made me giggle the most because it's like, what do I need to envy you for? Like,
yeah, that was
I don't want to look like the back of some fucking, I don't know what, like.
Nice. No. Be nice. Be nice.
No,
let's be nice.
I'm just saying. Nice. I can't be nice.
I mean, you can handle it in a very assertive way. You can be like, you know, she has hate in her heart. You ain't got hate, you got love.
Yes, you know, love and positivity, yo.
You took this negative, you found some comedy in it.
I read it. I did read it, and it didn't bother me. I thought it was funny. And
that's why I said, you know, what I said to her. So, but no, after she says you envy the whites of everything, especially the natural beauty, you stick everything together and you look like shit anyway.
That was very mean to say. But
I mean, it's not even because I mean, like I said, like
something like that can't affect us because we know we are beautiful.
It's not even just that. It's just those are the type of people that are big old internet thugs. You know,
the Twitter finger warriors.
Basically, because it's like if I was in Poland, Russia, or wherever she lives at, if I was in her face right now,
yeah, she wouldn't say jack. So those are keyboard warriors. They're quick to like.
I came across a few of them. I came across her. I came across a girl named Asia Sharp a couple weeks ago. That's the internet thug. So
I don't, you know, those individuals like that. I don't even pay attention to it. It's they say whatever, and then I'm just like
Asia, so
add, and then just like keep going.
Yeah, like I mean, out of all of them, I really don't care, you know, like say, because Miss Dejana is
Jazz, just, I mean, you got the TikTok got suspended because you said
that. Well, I mean, she said it first. Is anybody suspending her? No.
Golly, bro.
Wow. Well, yeah, but yeah, I've came across those two.
Yeah, the TikTok is ran by China, so it's in real time.
And
gotta be careful with that.
Facebook is ran by
Mark
Zuckerberg, which
he's only watching to make sure that you ain't gonna vote for Republicans. That's all. As long as you ain't voting Republican, you can't.
I'm not.
But here's another thing: TikTok being like that, just blocking you because of what you say. You gotta understand that's how totalitarianism is ran, right? Your freedom of speech, being able to speak on something that happened, is now being hindered. So now you can't even talk about this situation.
Yeah.
Without it being.
I'm surprised that the picture that I posted ain't been reported yet. I'm very, very shocked because normally there's always somebody sensitive somewhere that's going to report it. But yeah. But yeah, those are the two. Dejana and Asia are the two internet thugs I came across in the past few weeks. And wow. I mean, but like I said, Dejana don't bother me. Asia's in Georgia, but so.
Right.
She condone killers. So I didn't even, let me be quiet. I didn't even go say anything else about it, but that's what she does. And that's that. So, but yeah, that was my excitement for the week. I don't think I have any more excitement. I got a tattoo. That's really it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's the tattoo of?
My cousin's name. My cousin's brother got killed in May. So.
Gotcha. All right.
So yeah, that's all I got. Wait, is that all I got?
That was it? Really?
I'm trying to think.
Wow.
I ain't trying to get it.
I submitted an appeal on my TikTok. Bro, I'm gonna have to create a page for us to go live just for TikTok because they ain't gonna be.
But it has to be
spending my personal page.
Well, yeah, even if it's I would say make it private, but even
just
if
can't
it's private,
say any.
they still can.
Yeah, we have to watch. But you know what? It's so sad though because we shouldn't have to put a filter on everything. When she is given is her raw and uncut of an experience her story of an experience that she had on Facebook.
Yep.
A woman called her this, and she's
responding to it. Yeah.
And we can't even talk. How is this world going to get better if we can't have conversations about the things people write to us and say nasty things? It's just like on my on my IG, some guy, he says, "Oh, you're fat," and I roasted the freak out of him. And next thing I know, I got a warning. But these people can come on here, they can inbox us, say whatever, they can get on our page and say whatever. They don't get reported, they don't get blocked. And now she's just describing her experience, and they want to sit here and put a bitch in TikTok live jail. I depend on my lives.
Wow. And it's people kill me like that when they talk about fat women. It's you want to call me fat, but what about your fat ass mama? Did you call her fat?
Girl, it's always the dudes that are super weird. No one's dating.
I said they ain't got enough meat to be able.
You can't even reach the height requirement.
You got to be this tall to ride this ride.
Right, and then it be the females who dudes want to fold you like a pretzel, and it's just girl, sit down, simmer down.
I've noticed too, it's been the ones that used to be on the heavier side, and then they get skinny, and then they want to talk about fat people, and it's
right, how you used to be fat, and now you want to shame fat people. Girl, don't be mad because I am the full entree. I am a 7-course meal.
There's a girl that I follow on Instagram. There's a girl I follow on Instagram. I ain't gonna say her name, but she's from Ohio, and she got her butt done. And she lost a lot of weight and tummy tuck and all that. And now it's just death to fat people. Do you?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
I know 100% who you talking about.
This situation goes to one person, but then I can name 2 or 3 more people.
But I know the main one you're talking about. I promise you I do.
Please please, so I can make sure that we are on the same paddle boat here today.
Did you get the message?
What?
I need a name. I need a name.
Oh my god! I don't. Oh, what is her name? Oh my god, I can't remember her name. But fuck, what's her name? Oh my god. We messy.
You're not messy.
That's one of them. That's one of them. That's one of them.
You kidding me?
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw, I was like, because I grew up, and I'm like,
yeah, that's one. That's definitely one of them. So
the other one,
we have to talk offline then.
Anyway, so I've always thought she was old and messy, but I digress. So
wow.
The other one, hold on. I'll put her name.
We're not talking about the same one then.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Dark skin or light skin?
Darker.
Sorry there, guys. We can't say these things out loud.
Oh my god, this is so horrible. Like, we're so censored that we really can't even say the things we want to say. We have to send a via message to confirm it. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Now I'm in TikTok jail because Jazz.
I don't know.
Who are you talking about, B?
The one I was telling you up there. The one you said.
Okay.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not kidding you. I was like, whoa, like it really threw me off.
And I used to be skinny and got fat. Like, hold on, wait a minute now. Shoot,
I've always been chunky, but I mean,
word.
Do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, I do. What?
Are you
I haven't heard that. I haven't seen that name.
I didn't know that though.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I
like
didn't know that. Dang.
Hold on, let me find her page to make sure that we are all on the same wavelength.
The one I know that was a big change, the one I mentioned to you guys. But other than that, like I don't know.
It do be those people who be being the most meanest, and you be like, chill. I'm just trying to exist. Let me just exist. And it's just like, if you used to be fat, sis, then help me lose weight. Don't sit here and try to come on my page and try to dog me like you wasn't just
fat. The one.
Yo, let me tell. That's what I'm saying there, Len. Like, go look at grab her phone and look at it so you can see what I'm talking about. Admin needs to see what the conversation is because this is weird. Saying we can't. There's a lot of things we can't discuss.
That don't even match. It don't even match. Look like an ant. That don't even match.
So
that don't even match, bro.
So going forward, right? So in 2 days, right? Since we don't really have 8 minutes, in 2 days, the greatest event that's happening in the last 5 years is coming up. Dragon Ball is having another movie, the 4th one, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. It's in Regal Cinemas. Please just support it.
We talking about fake ass. We talking about Dragon Ball.
Go watch the movie. It's a movie with Gohan and Piccolo. Really great. Please watch it. I'm super stoked for it. Can't wait to see it. Wow. Yes. If we weren't gonna get canceled from the damn TikTok, we are now. Oh my god.
God dang it, I'm sick of this canceling shit, bro.
Woo!
Wait, hold on, y'all. We need to go back in time to Barbecue Karen because it all started with her in that park with that family, and they was grilling, right? They was just trying to eat some ribs in the park.
Oh my gosh, I know that. I think I know that individual. Oh my god.
Remember the barbecue situation in San Francisco? And the people were out there trying to grill some barbecue ribs, some hot dogs, and that Karen come up looking like she was a retired PD, talking about, excuse me, 911. There's an arm to sell with a grill that got some pork chops and chunky on there.
My sister was just telling me, she lives in Florida, and she was just telling me about a Karen. Like, she was riding down the street with her music, at a certain, they're like, turn that shit down, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I am in my car. Like if I want to ride in my car with my music at the max.
Right.
Funny you say that. In Virginia Beach, there's a noise pollution law. Your sound can't hit a certain decimal. If it does, you can get fined.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can't hit.
They would hate me then because when my music is up, everything is just.
Yeah, well, mine used to rattle. I used to have like big old, big trunk. Like I used to have Rockford Fosgate T1s. I don't know if you know about.
You know what? Honestly, I don't know what's in the car. When I got the car, it was like that. So I was just like, okay. So whoever had it my husband said there's something, I guess, underneath it. I don't know. But either way it goes, it wasn't there. And whoever put it in there, thank you very much. And
yep, I had Alpine amps. I had Rockford Fosgate amps. I had Rockford Fosgate speakers, Infinity speakers.
I can't believe somebody really reported me. And all you were doing was explaining what happened to you.
Somebody's calling my complexes.
Well, so shockingly, this is going to be the first time we're going to end within the hour, guys. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up then, because we got a lot to discuss, but we can't discuss it here.
Like for real. For real.
And this should be the place
it should be the place where we discuss this.
This ain't a safe place for it because somebody is going to
This is not a safe place no more. I
don't know who got their ass done up. You're going to have to bop somebody's head.
And where can I go get my tummy tucked? I don't need an ass. I got plenty of that. I just need a little snip.
Thank you again for giving us the time to discuss these weird topics with you there, Laura. And Jazz coming in with some cancel culture, getting us all canceled on TikTok real quick.
Welcome.
The first time we're doing it, the first night we're done. We're kicked out.
Anything I can do to help. My office hours are Monday to Friday, 8 to 5.
So guys, we appreciate you guys who tuned in, who watched. We appreciate the guys who commented. Listen, be sure to check us out Thursday. We will be back here Thursday, okay? And with Thursday, we're gonna have a nice situation to talk about. As a story that resurfaced, and me and Jazz was like topic, and I'm like,
that is a great topic. Like that. Yes. I wish we could get started on it now because I swear I
yes, me too. Jazz, what is the lady's name? So that they'll know what we're talking about Thursday.
Her name is Tamala Horsford. She was living here in Georgia, in Cumming, Georgia, and in November 2018. She went to I guess you could say it was a sleepover at somebody's house, and the next morning ended up dead. They said that her blood alcohol level was 10 times the legal limit, if I'm not, either 3 or 10 times the legal limit, and they found weed and what was that drug? Alzapran or something like that in her system, but nobody that was there can give a full disclosure or a full description of what actually happened.
Full account
and
of what happened.
For it to be more than 10 people there and only one person died, somebody had to know something. They said that she fell off the balcony. I don't care what nobody say. Somebody pushed her. If you think about it, like I said, she was in Cumming, Georgia, which was that same county where Kim lady is, Forsyth County. And like I said, they're really, really, really racist up there. So,
yeah. And wouldn't be it's no surprise that she was surrounded about
the words.
Lord, it's no surprise she wasn't surrounded by her kinfolk. She wasn't with her kinfolk. And when you go mysteriously and die and you're not with your kinfolk, it is not investigated unless you're with your kinfolk. Because guess
they
what?
Don't suspect foul play initially. Yeah.
But I mean, I feel also as well that I feel like the cops was covering it up because they closed it out saying that it was no foul play.
One of the investigating cops was related to one of the people that was there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I want to say it was a husband of one of the ladies.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe so. So yeah, we will be covering this story this Thursday, guys. We're going to dig more into it. I'm going to do my due diligence research on this because I want to bring you guys accurate information. I want the story to be shared again because, like so many other stories out here, we hear when it's a Black person involved, it's usually, it was a act of someone trying to defend themselves against us, or we cause our own demise, and it's not always accurately investigated. And so
but they never really gave it the recognition to begin with. They didn't say anything about anything with her dying until 2 months after she died, only because somebody went and accessed the reports that wasn't supposed to.
They leaked it.
Yeah, and then it started a whole big old uproar. They had a whole like a riot and all the other stuff, and then they decided to reopen it. But that was a couple months after, and then they closed it, and then they reopened it in 2020, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
But
we're not playing these games about ours no more.
It's like that Ahmaud Arbery case. Like if nobody ever
it's just like with this case we're talking about with the IG model. Is when something happens to us, they delay. When our kids go missing, they delay. They're not searching. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So guys, make sure you guys support this podcast, share this podcast. Thursday, be sure to tune in, guys, because even though we get on here, we have fun, we kiki and we laugh. Ultimately, we're always want to get the stories out there that get swept underneath the rug. People aren't talking about. Facebook is a mass network. And you see how one video goes viral, one picture goes viral. Let's keep this conversation going, guys. Let's share this and let's get this case reopened because we really need justice for this young lady. And be sure to tune in every Tuesday. And we're going to start doing some more Thursdays at 9:45 p.m. We appreciate you guys so much. Check us out on Spotify, Apple, all the streaming platforms. You know what it is. Make sure you guys tune in and subscribe to our YouTube. We love you. Bye, guys. Peace out.